What is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we are going to be ranking the best budget cards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM on a tier list. So basically that amethyst diamond tier is what you're looking at, because all the pink diamonds are above basically that $20,000 price range. Now if a guy like Shay is like 25k, just know his price fluctuates. Like, he's been 19k before and he's been 30k before, so a lot of these guys' prices might fluctuate as well, but again, that's just part of it and part of this video. Now again, got about 50 guys to rank here. Hopefully we can get this done in, I don't know, let's say 20 or so minutes. Starting off here with the Diamond Bruce Bowen. And look, guys, I'm not gonna sit up here in front of you guys and say Bruce Bowen's the best card in the game, because that just wouldn't be true. And I'm not even gonna say he's a complete card, because that's not true either. He's a 3-and-D guy, right? He's got really solid defensive badges. Shooting wise is really solid, but the problem is he can't make any plays and his dunking is not great. That's the problem with Bruce Bowen. Still, guys, a decent enough solid 3-and-D guy in my team, just not great by my standards. Franz Wagner up next. Look, man, Franz had his time in my team and he's still, to me, is A tier. I mean, again, you guys can call me biased, call me whatever you want. I'm a big Franz Wagner guy. And to me, it all starts with the fact that his release is good, his player model is good, he can move, and he plays decent defense. Like, again, when I look at Franz Wagner here, tell me, what can the card not do? That's my question to you. Not, what does he lack? What is the card, like, what can he not do? He can standing dunk, has a good 3-ball, can play good defense, 6'9", just such a complete card in my team. Rob Rory up next. Yes, he's got a smooth release, but to me, he's not nearly as complete as a guy like Franz Wagner. And again, that's just my opinion on things. I like him, especially badge-wise, but he's just not quite as good defensively and not quite as complete. Probably maybe a better release than Franz Wagner, but everything else about the card, I'm just not that big of a fan of. Robert Parrish up next. To me, Robert Parrish is fine. It's just his 3-ball is not good enough for me to like consistently. Now again, maybe if I use Robert Parrish a lot, I'd like the card and I'd get used to using him. But right now, as it stands, I'm just not that necessarily comfortable with him to put him any higher than D tier. Call me biased, call me whatever you want. That's just my opinion on Robert Parrish. Ruben Patterson up next, and I actually really do like Ruben Patterson. I really do, especially if you are no money spent looking for a guy to pick up. Again, no free cards are going to be on this tier list. We'll probably make another free card tier list, but again, these are just budget cards, so cards that are cheap on the auction house. I love his defense. Like, to me, Ruben Patterson is just a better version of a guy like Bruce Bowen. Yes, there's a little difference. There's a little difference in the fact that Ruben's not going to shoot as good as Bruce Bowen, but going to dunk the ball better and probably play a little better defense. Tyson Chandler up next. And man, I really like Tyson Chandler, and I really rate him pretty high. Right? Why? Because at the center position, who are you going to have above him? I mean, I really do like the card. I don't shoot that consistently with him, but he is really tall, has a good player model. And I just think when it comes down to budget players in my team, Tyson Chandler is right up there with being one of the best. Bob Sura up next. And I can't sit up here and say I've used Bob Sura, because I just haven't. I just have never found the time to use him. But if you're asking me, is Bob Sura good? I'm saying he's pretty solid. Now, that's not me saying I love him. That's not me saying he's the best, point guard budget-wise in the game. But he is solid. Has a release on quick. Pro 3 leaner. Do I love it? No. I don't love a lot of leaners, though, in my team. Pro dribble style is not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. Can dunk the ball well. I just think he's kind of, at this stage, underrated, because nobody is really talking about him in my team. Cade Cunningham up next, and I don't mind Cade. I think I'm going to put him at B tier as far as budget players are concerned. He's basically the pink diamond, but just the budget version of him. So if you never really got the chance to use the pink diamond Cade, here you guys go. Can dunk the ball decently, plays decent enough defense, MJ dribble style. I mean, again, I don't love Cade, but I do think he's really solid. Do I think he's better than Bob Sura? Not quite. Next up, guys, you do see Channing Frye. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't rate Channing Frye highly. I just think, yes, he can shoot the ball. But what else does Channing Frye really give you guys on the court? And I'm not trying to sit here and slander Channing Frye. That's not what I'm trying to do here. but I'm trying to look at things from an outside perspective and think, okay, yes, Channing Frye can shoot the ball decently, but what else does he give you? He's not a great defensive player. His player model's not good. I just do not rate Channing Frye highly in my team. And another guy I really don't rate highly is Darryl Dawkins, because I know defensively he's decent. His speed is solid, but he can't shoot the ball for you at all. And so he's kind of the polar opposite version of a guy like Channing Frye. I don't love either of them. They're both at C tier. Devin Vassell, he had his year in my team. The problem is that year is not now. Like, his year was before, and it's just not now. Basic dribble style, I just don't see it. And again, his badges are good, stuff like that. But if you have basic dribble style at the shooting guard position, and you're only, what, 6'5", you're going to be at D tier. I shouldn't need to explain that. Evan Mobley up next. And he's at the top of A tier or S tier. Like, do I like Evan Mobley or Tyson Chandler more? Evan Mobley. And for now, I'm going to put Evan Mobley at S tier. And I know a lot of people are going to say, like they always do, but Ty, his release is on slow. Okay. But what else does he provide? Because he has a good three ball. I know it's a slow release, but people just can't leave him wide open. So he has a good three ball. His defense is immaculate. His player build is tough. He blocks a lot of shots. He does a lot for you on the court. Jason Terry up next, and I'm going to go C tier with Jason Terry. Another card on my nobody spent last year, the Mass Jason Terry, early on in my team, that I had fun using. Problem is, this card is only 6'2". He can't dunk the ball. His defense is not great. I get it if you want to run him because he has Hall of Fame range, stuff like that, but I just think there are better cards in my team than Jason Terry. Caron Butler up next. I'm going to go C tier. Now, you know what? Caron Butler, I'm going to go B tier. I'm going to respect you a little more than a lot of people are. Look, the card's not great, but he is B tier. At the end of the day, I'm not saying he's great, but he is an all-around shooting guard in my team. All he's going to do great is shoot the ball with a not great release, but I do still think he's B tier, being 6'7". Diamond Tim Duncan up next, and I'm going A tier with Tim Duncan. And he's not a card I love, but look, guys, if you need a center, I like it better at the center position. If you need a center, stretch big, that's going to compete on defense, Tim Duncan is solid. He's solid. Now, I'm kind of biased against Tim Duncan. And if you guys are wondering why I'm biased against him, it's because I grinded for that dark matter to not be one of the top centers in my team. So I'm personally biased against Tim Duncan. But again, he is really solid in my team going in A tier. Another S tier caliber card, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, guys, he might be more expensive than this. But it's time for us to get a new Shai card, okay? It just is. And if we ever do get a new Shai card, this card's price is going to go way down anyways. Even for whatever price he is, he's not bad. I like this card a lot. Really good playmaking. Defensively, not great, but can hold it down. Good dribble style, great release. I just love Shai in my team. Super complete card. Terrence Ross up next, and he's not great. I'm going to go C tier with Terrence Ross. I tried using Terrence Ross on my nobody spent one time. And all I'm going to say about it, I'm not going to sit here and slander Terrence Ross. All I'm going to say is it did not go well, okay? Take that for whatever it's worth, guys, but it did not go well for me and Terrence Ross. But I still don't hate the card. He's still solid enough, just not great. Luol Deng up next, and I'm going S tier with Luol Deng as well. I mean, the Luol Deng, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander duo in the backcourt is one that I personally like. Like, if you're just starting the game, haven't grinded out any of those free cards, you know, you don't have Andrew Wiggins, you don't have Cedi Osman. Luol Deng is a great card for you guys to pick up. Now, is Ray Allen, is Cedi Osman, is Andrew Wiggins probably better than Lou? Probably. Most of those guys are probably better than Luol Deng. But still, for me, I'm a pretty big fan of Luol Deng. Going to defend well, B6'9", really solid in my team. Obi Toppin at this stage, I'm going C tier. I don't really see it with Obi Toppin. And again, if you guys want to slander me, that's fine. I just don't see it with the card. I'm going to move Terrence Ross up just because I think he belongs in B tier, even though I don't love him. KP, Kristaps Porzingis up next. I'm going to go A tier. I know a lot of people are going to be like, Ty, what? How is he not S tier? But what I would say is this. Him and Tyson Chandler are basically opposites, right? Tyson's going to be way worse offensively, but defensively going to hold it down a lot more. KP's going to be a way better stretch big, but on the defensive end, going to struggle that little bit more. It really is preference based between these two cards. I personally like both these cards. Personally, have used both these cards quite a bit. I think it's time we get a new KP in my team, though. Giannis Antetokounmpo up next, another A-tier caliber player. Look, I know a lot of people, DBG, don't like Giannis. All I can say is this. Giannis's release, is it quick? No. Is it easy to time? Yes. Okay, and that's what I will stick to. That Giannis, Sure, he might not have the quickest release in MyTEAM, but you should be able to green it. It is an easy release to green. And once you get the hang of it, you should have no issues with him. Going to play great defense as well. Diamond Magic Johnson up next, S tier. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what, Ty? Giannis or Magic Johnson can't even shoot. I get that, but I don't care. To me, he's still S tier. And again, a lot of you guys are going to argue with Matt with that logic, but to me, he's S tier. I mean, 6'9", going to play great defense. Get to knock down wide open shots. Easy, S tier. Penny Hardaway, best player at S tier. And because of that, I'm going to have to move Magic Johnson down. To me, Penny Hardaway, you guys might think I'm crazy, is better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's just my opinion. That Penny Hardaway is better than Kyrie Irving. That Penny Hardaway is better than Tyreke Evans. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want. That Penny Hardaway is the real deal in my team. And I don't care. Call me crazy. He's that good. Gary Payton II up next. He's really good. I'm going to stick him in B tier. And remember, B tier is not a bad tier. So just because Gary Payton's in B tier doesn't mean, okay, the card can't play. No, he's still really solid in my team. Austin Reeves up next. I'm throwing him into D tier. Again, maybe it's me being biased, but my whole thing is this. His release, to me, it's quick, but it's hard to time. He's 6'4". He doesn't play great defense. I just don't see it with Austin Reeves. Wesley Person, I do see it with. Wesley Person's going all the way up to A tier. The problem is I can't really put him at S tier because Luol Deng is better than him, but Wesley Person is really solid in my team. If you do need a guy to help you out with the KG Spotlight challenges, I definitely recommend Wesley Person. Steve Nash up next, and I actually don't hate Steve Nash. Is the card great? No. Is he better than Jason Terry in my opinion? Absolutely. I just think the card is more complete, more total badges, stuff like that. I personally can't put him any higher than C tier, but again, if you like him, I don't have a problem with you guys running him. Stromile Swift, gonna throw him at C tier, low three ball, but I mean, the rest of the card I really don't mind. AJ Griffin, I can't say I've ever used the card, but for me, when I do look at AJ Griffin, I don't think he's that bad. But is he gonna do anything great? I don't really think so. I mean, he's fine, right? Objectively, he's fine, but is he great? I don't think so. KPJ up next. And I know a lot of people are going to want me to gas KPJ. I'm not. Look, first of all, card doesn't even come with unpluggables. So if we're talking about budget cards, we're talking about the base cards, and he doesn't even come with unpluggable. A lot of these cards don't, but KPJ is kind of that primary ball handler that you're definitely going to want unpluggable. And so that to me was really interesting. Another interesting thing about KPJ is just like everybody gasses that release. It's good, but to me, it's not like anything too crazy. Like, yes, it is a really good release, but it's not like the base 98s of past years is what I'm trying to get at. Jeremy Sohan up next, and I like Jeremy Sohan, but I can only put him, I'm going to put him at B tier. And a lot of you guys might be like, what, Ty, you're that high on Sohan? Hear me out, okay? I get it. Only an 83 3-ball with his release on slow, but similar to the Evan Mobley comparison, look at how good his defense is. As every defensive badge in the games comes with quick first step, comes with clamp breaker, comes with silver unpluckable. As far as complete budget cards are concerned, Jeremy Sohan's up there. He's really, really solid. Amethyst Anthony Davis up next. S tier. And I'm already ready for the slander. What, Ty? Anthony Davis is better than Diamond Tim Duncan, better than Diamond Kristaps? At the power forward position, he is better than those guys, okay? He is. Now, I'm not saying at the center position, but at the power forward position, he is one of the best budget cards in the entire game. Probably the best budget power forward in the game. And so, yes, if I'm just starting the game, the first two things I'm doing is I'm getting Penny Hardaway and I'm getting Anthony Davis. Build from there. Grind a couple triple threat games, but those guys are absolutely elite. Maurice Taylor up next, and I would be lying to say I know anything about this card. But when I look at him, really solid speed, solid defensively, decent 3-ball. It's basically a solid card. I don't hate Maurice Taylor at all. I got no slander towards him. He's going B tier, especially if you can get that release down. He's going to be really solid. Donovan Mitchell-Ami up next. I'm going B tier. And the crazy part is I really do like Donovan Mitchell's Ami card. The problem is it came out at the same time as Ami Penny Hardaway. And I just can't really compare those cards because Penny Hardaway is way better than Dono. But Dono, still fun to use, and if you want to use him, by all means, do it. Cam Reddish up next. I'm going A tier with Cam Reddish. Card I've used for quite some time at this stage, and I like him. Again, another card that you guys might not be high on, but he's 6'8", he's good at attacking the rim, plays good defense. I don't necessarily love that release, but, you know, it is easy to time and easy to green. Vucevic up next at this stage, guys. Is it crazy to put him at C tier for this stage? I mean, I like Vooch. I really do. but his speed's good, his speed's bad, his defense isn't great. I'm gonna put him at B tier, but I do not love Vooch. Jared Allen. I like Allen more than Vooch, but he's gonna get bullied on the interior as well. I'm gonna throw him at B tier as well. And I like Allen more than Vooch, but I do think wherever I put Allen, wherever I put Vooch, the other one has to be there as well. Sean Livingston up next. Now, here's a really intriguing player. Why? Because he's 6'6", 6'7", can play really solid defense, gets an updated 3-ball with the Evo. Still not that great of a point guard, but here's what I want to see, right? When I compare Sean Livingston to a guy like Bob Sura, yes, they are different cards. I'm not even going to try to compare them. But the problem is Bob Sura just does everything better than Sean Livingston, really. I mean, shooting-wise better, even defensively holds it down a little bit better. I just think Sean Livingston is a little worse than guys like Diamond Magic and Bob Sura. George Gervin up next. And here's the thing. He's right up there with Cam Reddish at A tier. Budget shooting guards. Obviously, you got Luol Deng, Wesley Person, George Gervin, Cam Reddish. All of those guys are really solid. All of them are going to give you guys a little something different. It really just depends on what you guys want and what you guys are asking for. I don't have a problem with anyone. I do like Luol Deng, obviously the best out of all of them. Hamidou Diallo up next. And can we talk about this for a second? When you make a Hamidou Diallo card, why are you giving him normal? And it's not just Hamidou Diallo. But look, all he can do is dunk the ball. That's literally it. He's 6'5", 20 base badges. That all he can do is dunk the ball. What are we doing with Hamidou Diallo at this stage of my team? The card is not good. He's D tier. Jerome Williams up next. And I think Jerome is better than Hamidou, but I mean, honestly, did he catch my eye when he came out? Not really. 73 ball, but at least he's going to defend better than Hamidou Diallo. KPJ on quick, MJ dribble style. If this card had a better 3-ball, like let's say his 3-ball was even, I don't know, an 80, he'd probably be an A tier. The problem is it's a 70 and people aren't going to be able to green that. I'm still putting him at B tier though. Like KPJ on quick, those defensive stats, badges, he's going at B tier. Jonathan Isaac, A tier, still to this day. Would I run, if I was to build a really budget squad, would I run Jonathan Isaac at this stage? Probably not. But that's not me saying Jonathan Isaac's bad, and that's not me saying he can't play for you or make your specific no money spent budget squad. Toscano up next. I mean, I think C tier is the right place for him. Look, he's maybe a fun card to use. Yes, he's solid all the way around, but there's just, again, he comes with unpluckable. Problem is he's really only 6'6" at that small forward position, basic dribble style. I still think he's solid. I'll go C tier. Kenyon Martin Jr. up next. Have y'all been seeing what Martin Jr.'s been doing lately? Like, he's low-key been kind of hooping. Like, just really low-key. The Rockets stink, but he's low-key been hooping. Defensively, not great. I mean, pro dribble style, normal leaner. I'm gonna go... I guess I'll go C tier. I don't like the card, though. I just got to say that. I don't like the card, but I guess I will go C tier with him. I'm moving Stromile Swift up to B tier as well. I do like what Stromile Swift gives you. Roy Hibbert, I'm going to throw him at B tier. Look, he's a giant. He's 7'2". What else do you want me to say? He's not going to be able to do much else for you. His speed's not great. Defense isn't great, but he's 7'2". I'll give him credit where it's due. Serge Ibaka up next. I'm going S tier. And again, S tier is the elite of the elite, but I think Serge Ibaka is more worthy of it than a guy like Tim Duncan, than Giannis, than Tyson Chandler. And again, a lot of people might disagree with me on that, but I'm okay with that. Disagree with me all you want. I'm throwing him at A tier. Taco Fall up next, and I guess I'll go B tier. Look, if you just picked up the game today, Taco Fall is really solid in my team. I just don't rate him that highly because his speed's not great, you know. He's 7'6" though, so I can't really slander him. Terry Mills up next. Now, Terry Mills is an interesting card because, look, he's not going to defend as good as Jerome Williams, but has a good 3-ball. Kobe on quick, normal leaner, MJ dribble style, Hall of Fame range. Like, really low-key, Terry Mills is solid. Really low-key. Putting him at B tier. And you guys might call me crazy, but really low-key, he's solid. Thurl Bailey up next. I'm going to A tier with Thurl Bailey. Thurl Bailey, Jonathan Isaac, they're going to be, you know, on the, like, when you're a no money spender, when you're talking about it, you got to mention those two cards. You just have to. Both those cards, to me, really, really solid in my team. Tyrese Maxey, last but not least, going to put him at B tier. I really don't like Tyrese Maxey very much at all. I mean, to be honest with you, I might even put him at C tier. The card's just not great for me. So, that's my tier list. I'm just gonna delete F tier because I really don't think there's anybody that is that bad. So I guess I'll delete that row and just live with this list right here. Only 6 people at S tier, but again, S tier is the elite of the elite, and I only think those 6 do deserve it. Let's get wrap it up for my budget tier list today, guys. Hopefully each and every you guys did enjoy it. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.